They're canceling The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And everyone's mad. They're mad for lots of reasons. One reason why they're mad is because they think Trump is the guy that canceled Stephen Colbert. So did CBS piano wire Colbert's Late Show and offer its head up as a tribute to Trump so he can approve this Skydance merger? Probably. It's hella convenient for sure. Corporations are gonna corporation, man. They don't give a fuck about the First Amendment. All they care about is red arrow, go up. Go up forever. This wouldn't be the first time that CBS has axed a popular comedy show because a president didn't like it. Also, if you guys want to support comedians that have been canceled because of their political edgy content,
TikTok banned my first big account because I was talking about Jeffrey Epstein. I've also been shadow banned on a bunch of other platforms, including the one you're watching this video on probably. So please like and share this video, and also consider subscribing to my Patreon so I can make more content and maybe transition into doing this as a full-time job. Please, please, please. Thank you. I've been canceled too.
So Trump and the merger is probably one big reason why The Late Show is going bye-bye. But no one is talking about another big reason why The Late Show is getting canceled, and it honestly might be a little tasteless to bring up, but I think another big reason why The Late Show is getting canceled is because Colbert just isn't funny.
The vaccine.
At least not anymore. Not in this format. The Late Show is also really expensive to make, and it's been bleeding viewers for years now. How bad are The Late Show ratings exactly? Well, it's been consistently losing to Gutfeld.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis. Nazi this, Nazi that. You know, I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's, what up, my Nazi? Hey, what up, my Nazi? Oh my God. Hey, what's hanging, my...
My God. And Gutfeld's on fucking cable. You're a show that's on CBS and you're losing to fucking...
What up, my Nazi? The blacks.
It's on Fox News. That's kind of fucking embarrassing. Also, the late night talk show is a dinosaur. This ain't the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Hell, this ain't even the early 2000s anymore. We're living in the multipolar 20s now, and the late night talk show just don't jive or vibe with this era. Late night talk shows have been done to death, and the talk and discourse on them being done to death has been done to death itself. So I'll just say, podcast killed the late night talk show star. It's a damn shame that this has happened to Stephen Colbert. Not only because this might be an act of censorship, but because there was a time where Stephen Colbert was good, where he was really fucking good, where at a time you could have called him the very best. When I was younger, Stephen Colbert was one of my comedic idols. The Colbert Report is probably one of the greatest political satires ever created. That Colbert character, the conservative pundit, was fucking dynamite, and Colbert arguably made his best work while he was portraying that character. I'd show you some clips from the Colbert Report, but I'm afraid that Paramount Global, the parent company of CBS, will copyright strike my video into the Stone Age. Again, support your local canceled comic. Instead, I'll show you some clips from Stephen Colbert's 2006 White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'm not afraid of C-SPAN. C-SPAN can suck my dick. Now, this is fine work. You can probably call this performance Colbert's magnum opus. Basically, Colbert absolutely torches the President of the United States and the mainstream media. He essentially calls them all retards to their faces. This is what I aspire to. To me, this is what greatness looks like. In 2006, this man lived my dream. Stephen Colbert used to be damn good. Here's the proof.
My name is Stephen Colbert, and tonight it is my privilege to celebrate this president. Because we're not so different, he and I. We both get it. Guys like us, we're not some brainiacs on the nerd patrol. We're not members of the Factinista. We go straight from the gut. Right, sir? That's where the truth lies. Right down here in the gut. Do you know you have more nerve endings in your gut than you have in your head? You can look it up. Now I know some of you are going to say I did look it up, and that's not true. That's because you looked it up in a book. Next time, look it up in your gut. I did. My gut tells me that's how our nervous system works. Well, I believe in this president. Now, I know there's some polls out there saying that this man has a 32% approval rating. But guys like us, we don't pay attention to the polls. We know that polls are just a collection of statistics that reflect what people are thinking in reality. And reality has a well-known liberal bias.
Banger.
So don't pay attention to the approval ratings that say that 68% of Americans disapprove of the job this man is doing. I ask you this, does that not also logically mean that 68% approve of the job he's not doing? Think about it. I stand by this man. I stand by this man because he stands for things. Not only for things, he stands on things. Things like aircraft carriers and rubble and recently flooded city squares. And that sends a strong message that no matter what happens to America, she will always rebound with the most powerfully staged photo ops in the world.
Heater.
Jesse Jackson is here. The Reverend. Haven't heard from the Reverend in just a little while. I had him on the show. It was a very interesting interview, very challenging interview. You can ask him anything, but he's going to say what he wants at the pace that he wants. It's like boxing a glacier. Enjoy that metaphor, by the way, because your grandchildren will have no idea what a glacier is. And I just like the guy. He's a good Joe. Obviously loves his wife. Calls her his better half. And polls show America agrees.
Now here's one where he
And
absolutely tears into the lamestream media.
Excited as I am to be here with the president, I am appalled to be surrounded by the liberal media that is destroying America, with the exception of Fox News. Fox News gives you both sides of every story, the president's side and the vice president's side. But the rest of you, what are you thinking? Reporting on NSA wiretapping or secret prisons in Eastern Europe? Those things are secret for a very important reason. They're super depressing. And if that's your goal, well, misery accomplished. Over the last 5 years, you people were so good. Over tax cuts, WMD intelligence, the effect of global warming, we Americans didn't want to know, and you had the courtesy not to try to find out. Those were good times, as far as we knew. But listen, let's review the rules. Here's how it works. The president makes decisions. He's the decider. The press secretary announces those decisions, and you people of the press type those decisions down. Make, announce, type. Just put them through a spell check and go home. Get to know your family again. Make love to your wife. Write that novel you got kicking around in your head. You know, the one about the intrepid Washington reporter with the courage to stand up to the administration? You know, fiction. I mean, nothing satisfies you. Everybody asks for personnel changes. So, the White House has personnel changes. And then you write, oh, they're just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. First of all, that is a terrible metaphor. This administration is not sinking. This administration is soaring. If anything, they are rearranging the deck chairs on the Hindenburg.
Gold. So what happened? Well, it's no secret that Stephen Colbert is a huge liberal. And back then, if you were a liberal, you were on the right side of history. because George W. Bush was the great Satan. The liberals were great at making fun of the Bush administration. They cooled off during the Obama administration, and then Trump comes in, shatters all of the norms, and also shatters these people's brains, morphing them forever into shitlibs. Shitlibs don't write jokes, they write propaganda for the Democratic Party. Like, take this for an example. On the same show where he announces the Late Show's cancellation, who does Colbert have on as a guest? Fucking Democratic Senator from California, Adam Schiff. What the fuck? Why is this square on the Late Show? Is this Meet the Press? Who gives a fuck about this guy? I thought this was a late night talk show. Where are the movie stars? Where's Jim Carrey? Also, if you're gonna have a fucking senator, somebody with a considerable amount of power, how are you as a comedian not going to fuck with them? If I had on Adam Schiff on my comedy show, I'd be like, hey there, Mr. Senator, tell me, when did you first find out about this?
Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Was it during the debate? Or did you know about it the entire time? Did you first find out about President Biden's diminished mental state when he confused you with Marshall Applewhite, the leader of the Heaven's Gate cult, you bug-eyed bitch? And who was on Colbert shortly after this interview? Well, you had two more Democrats come on. Built in a lab by the CIA hot dog heiress Senator from Michigan, Alyssa Slotkin, and old Chuckles herself. You see, Democrats love going on Colbert because they know he's going to take it easy on them. He's going to be soft. He's going to be safe. You see, if I had on Alyssa Slotkin on my show, the first question I would ask her is, hey, Senator Slotkin, so you have those super CIA powers. Why don't you use them to scare me by telling me the names of my pets?
Miss Slotkin, will you join the Medicare for All caucus if you get elected?
How are Sloan and Leroy?
How do you know my dog's names?
How are Sloan and Leroy?
And if I had Hilarious Harris on, the first question I would ask her is, hey, Madam Vice President, you don't think not separating yourself from this is what cost you the election? You don't think saying this is what made you lose?
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have...
And don't consider that a ringing endorsement for the one that's in charge, you know, Jeffrey Epstein's BFF. I'm just saying that Stephen Colbert was never ever willing to go after this because he was on this's side. If you're going to do political satire, you have to be what those geeks who play Dungeons and Dragons call lawful neutral. Satire is a lot like punk rock. It's a lot like hip hop. It's a lot like journalism. It's at its best when it's holding truth to power. Even if it's your preferred or favorite form of power, your truth is hurting.
We finally beat Medicare.
Also, don't cry on your comedy show. For the love of God, get a hold of yourself, man. Write a joke. That's why people watch you. The Stephen will be all right. He's rich. He'll land on his feet. And who knows, maybe now that there's an expiration date, perhaps we'll see something interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this was very funny.
Until September.
September.
Do you remember? It's pledged to expose sex offenders. It's since been erased from the agenda and hidden from the light of day.
But I gotta admit, I'm a little biased.
Members of the White House Correspondents Association, Madam First Lady, Mr. President, it's been a true honor. Thank you very much. Good night.